No one?
It wouldn't be Goliath, would it?
It wouldn't be Goliath. You're right, right. The last giant to be defeated was a guy called King Og. Og, or Og, or whatever, I can't pronounce it. It looks like Og to me. For those of you who read Bibles, turn with me to Deuteronomy 3. Deuteronomy 3. Defeat of Og, king of Bashan. Now I'm going to read two verses. The first verse and verse 11. Verse 1 says, Next we turned and went up along the road toward Bashan. And Og, king of Bashan, with his whole army marched out to meet us in battle at Edrei. So, we're going into battle with our last enemy. Now turn to verse 11. What was the enemy's tools? What was his weapons? We know he's a giant. And he is the last giant to be defeated. So he was good at being a giant. He was good at wiping out everybody else. This was the last thing that stood between the Israelites and the promised land. And what does he say about his weapons? It says, only Og, king of Bashan, was left of the remnant of the Rephites, which was the giants. His bed was made of iron and was more than 13 feet long and 6 feet wide. It is still in Rabbah of the Ammonites. What was his weapon? His bed. His bed. Now, obviously he didn't walk around slaying people with his bed. But the only thing that Moses thought worthy of recording in this was his bed. The last giant that had to be defeated was his bed. See, if the enemy can keep you in bed, he's got you beaten. When he attacks you, the first thing you do is, oh, I'm not feeling well, I need to lie down. It's the first thing you do. I need to lie down. That's the one time you shouldn't lay down. It's the one time you should take a stand. You should stand and fight. And you might say, but I don't have the strength. The joy of the Lord is my strength. Amen. This is why you rejoice in your adversity. The joy of the Lord. You know, Edward and I said a couple of weeks ago, I was in pain. Edward was in pain. The minute we started praising and rejoicing and worshipping God in the praise and worship, it eased. See, when you start praising God, when you start keeping your eyes on Jesus, everything else disappears. It doesn't go completely, not at the moment, but you know, I'm still pushing through. I'm still striving after you, Lord. I don't care what my body's telling me. I'm going after that joy, because that joy that you give, that is my strength. And I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. So don't get down, get up. See, now this is where I sound like I'm telling you off. For some people, their bed is not just a giant, it's an idol. An idol is a material object and is worshipped as a god. Some people seek first the bed and then the body follows. Instead of seeking first the kingdom and getting it. See what I'm saying? He was a king. It was a king-size bed.
Oh, very good. Oh.
But it was a king-size bed. Listen, it's 13 feet long and 6 feet wide. It's that wide. I could do with a bed this big to get all the family in. When they all jump in the bed, I'm sleeping on a piece, and it's no thicker than that. I tell you, whenever you can bring me out of my room, I think if I did this, I'd be gone. Or she'd stick her bum up, get over, Dad. We're 2.5. I could do with a king-size bed. It's a big bed. This guy was big. See, this giant is a big, big problem. But it's so subtle we don't realize it. I got some fascinating facts I'm going to give you now. He was a king, he was a ruler, and for many people, the bed rules. Now see, if Leanne was in here now, right, and I'm waiting for Dave and Liz to shop out something. Sunday afternoon, right, I'll be watching telly over their house after dinner, and I'll go, I'm gone. See, God has challenged me. And I got to fight to stay awake. But see, now my fight is the good fight. I realise that, once you click on it, the devil wants you sleeping, because then you're no threat to him when you're sleeping. He'll get you to sleep any time of the day. So what I got to try and do now, and I mean try, and it is a big fight, is not to sleep in the afternoon. But see, there's kind of there's warnings throughout the Bible. Amos 6, verse 1 says, "Woe to you who are at ease in Zion." Zion is the church. Woe to you who are at ease. Proverbs 6, 9-11 says, "How long will you lie there, you sluggard? When will you get up from your sleep? A little sleep, a little slumber, a little folding of the hands to rest, and poverty will come on you like a bandit, and scarcity like an armed man." That's just 2 verses about sleeping. Think of Samson and Delilah. While Samson was awake, he couldn't be beaten. The moment Delilah, now you might say, well, hang on, Samson did go to sleep, but he still didn't get beaten. But when he slept and they put the weevil things in his hair, see, that wasn't, you go on and read. When he slept in Delilah's lap, when she made it comfortable and started, caressing his hair, "Go to sleep, my darling," singing songs to him, he fell asleep. Gets his hair cut, he loses his strength. He gets his eyes gouged out, so he loses his vision, he loses his sight. And that's what the devil does. The minute he gets you to lie down, he'll come in, he'll take away your strength. See now, contrary to popular belief, is if you're feeling weak, the last thing you should do is lay in bed. I always when I used to suffer with my bad back, the first thing I would do is lie down. The chiropractor said, "It's the worst thing you can do. You need to get up and keep doing things as though you could still do them, because the movement will start to ease it." But see, the devil says to you, "Oh, you're not feeling well, you need to take a lie down." But once you lie down, he'll take you out. And see, for a lot of people, they've lost their vision, they've lost their spiritual vision. And what has happened is, the devil's come in, he's got them to lie down, he's taken away their power, he's gouged out their spiritual sight. And they didn't even know. They didn't even know. He came in while they were still sleeping. I'll tell you something what's happened. The last 3 nights, right? This is how God has got a sense of humor. The last 3 nights, this flipping church alarm has been going. Now I'm the only one they ring at 2:30 in the morning. 3:30 in the morning. 4:30 in the morning. Until I actually answer that phone and say, "Right, I'm going to sort it out now. I know there's nothing wrong," right? What it is, the wind blows out the back, the blinds flicker, and the sensor picks up, thinks there's somebody in there. But see God saying, "Right, get up. Get up. You're going to preach on getting out of bed. Get up." And do you know what? This week has been the worst week ever. I've had more lying to speak than I've ever had. I've had that, I've been in bed, and I've had that, the alarm's gone, I can't get up. Lord, I just got to lie there a minute. That's it. Just got to lie there. And an hour later, I'm still begging prayer. I'm getting up now, Lord, I'm honest, I'm getting up now. And I've already written this up. And I'm thinking, right, son, you need to practice while you're preaching.